Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I want to apologize for my absence. Um, just a little bit of an issue with my back. Nothing too serious. It's just taking some time to heal. I don't know what I did to it. God only knows. So, want to thank you all for your patience. For those who are returning, you have my gratitude. For those who are new, my name is Sybil. All of the messages on this channel are timeless. Please remember they are general collective readings, and so not every reading will resonate with every single person. So if you would, please leave what does not resonate. Um, and take what does. So I will go ahead and begin. I thought we would start out with the archetype of the Wild Unknown deck by Kim Kranz. I'm just going to take the bottom of that one, not the top. So we have the mountain. Mountains are typically things that we see um, as something to climb, right? Something to conquer. And in this mountain, you can see there is like a cave, a lit up cave with a person standing in it. And that is because there comes a time where we realize that true value, true success is not about getting to the top, right? It's not about who can get there first, who can climb the highest. It is about going within, right? Because gold isn't found just layered on the surface of a mountain, it's buried deep within. And so this is an energy of a collective who has learned to go within to find that value, to find those gems, those gifts. And not everyone does that, right? So a lot of times it can be scary. It's dark within the mountain, right? Until we bring a light into it. And sometimes we have to be that light, right? That lights the way into that mountain. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the village, and in the center, we have the orphan. So, this to me says that there is a collective who is going within and seeking that place of home, that place of belonging, right? Um, Sorry about that. Yeah, let's just see here because the village, I just want to look this up real quick. It's been a minute since I've used this deck. Da 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 da. XLV. XLI. Sorry. Let's see. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it is the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support you leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return, for the world awaits. It's intimate, it's rooted, intergenerational, it's communal, um, and its dark aspects. It can be small minded, gossipy, trapped, restricted. Um, and then the orphan, I just want to read these to you guys to give you a sense here. Because the orphan is to study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. And what this brings me to is a lot of times we can feel rejected, we can feel left out, we can feel abandoned, and we interpret that as though those parts of us that are being abandoned or rejected have no place, right? That there must be something wrong with them, there must be something broken in them. And this is a collective that is really craving and desiring that community. But what spirit is saying is that a lot of times it's the very thing that the rest of the world rejects that is needed the most. And this to me is almost like an offering, right? Like here we have a hand. I'll just bring this a little closer, right? We have a hand that is grasping for this rose. We have a hand here that is grasping for the ring from someone who has gone within the mountain to find that rose, to find that ring, to find the purity, the love, the commitment, right? The promise within, the promise of belonging, the promise of home. Let's get a spirit animal here and see. Um, I feel too like this may be someone who really watches their words, right? Someone who maybe when I say watches their words, it's like maybe someone has been rejected or felt abandoned because of the truths that they have spoken. And so there's like this fear of speaking, right? This fear of, will my voice be accepted? And the spirit is saying, it's like, be courageous. This is not a time to abandon yourself. It's not a time to abandon your voice. That yes, there is home, there is place of belonging, there is a community, there is a tribe, and it does give a promise of that belonging. but it takes commitment. It's a it's a journey that's been long traveled. It's like that purity and that innocence has been rejected. Overcome any obstacle. You can overcome any obstacle. I feel like whoever this is has already overcome a great obstacle, actually. I mean, this is depth. This is really discovering those things within that have blocked us from that innocence, from belonging, right? Those places within us that have been rejected that we are now welcoming into ourselves, right? That we're learning to say, yes, this piece of me may have been rejected at one point, but now I see the purity in it. I see the innocence in it. I am welcoming that part into me in wholeness, right? I'm committed to that. And you have what it takes. Rhino. Anything else? Okay. Well, slow and steady wins the race. Yes, it takes time. It takes patience. It's almost like a community that is being developed, right? It's like it's been a long journey, but the patience will bring the reward, is what I'm hearing. It's like, don't give up, don't abandon the dream, don't let go of that value that you found within just to fit into a village, into a crowd, right? Bring those gems with you. Allow them to be seen. Allow them to be shared. Knowing that, oh, it takes time, right? When you first meet someone, what we're seeing is that outward appearance, those things that we allow people to see upon first meeting. But we know that there is a greater depth there. And so it takes time for these things to present themselves. It takes time for us to overcome the challenge of bringing that orphaned part of ourselves out into the open for others to see. But it also takes time for them and for those others to really be able to grasp the promise that is there. Let me see here. What other. Where is my deck? Oh, I just want to see, of course, what angels we have coming in. Give it a good shuffle. The Rhino Spirit. Number 50. Number 62. We have number 33. We have number 5. And I want to say, you know what? I don't know what XLI is. 1061 maybe? Or, yeah, 661 maybe? Let's see. I'm going to take this too. So we have a patron of psychics, Ambrielle. Patron of psychics and students, clarity, psychic protection, inspire, curiosity, intellectual communication, aha moment. A clear mental I clear mental fog and doubt and bring psychic insight into your awareness for spiritual and scholastic benefit. Sodalite, May, stay positive. Um, Number 34. It's like someone who is discovering those gifts, right? The clairs, you know, like clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, um, clairgustance, which is your taste, clairalience, which is your smell. There's a part of you here that would, it may have been buried, it may have been rejected throughout your youth, maybe your younger years, or within those, what I call the original inner circles, right? Those families that we are born into. Um, it's like it was rejected. You may have been a dreamer, right? You may have had prophetic dreams. You may have had visions. You may have had this deep inner knowing. And when you would speak it and things would come true or come to fruition, it may have been rejected out of fear from those around who did not understand, right? A lot of times that can be a very scary people, or not very scary people. Well, those people can be very scary. But it can be very scary to those people because they don't understand their own inner voice, right? Because they've blocked out their own inner voice. It just seems too witchy, right? Like the dark ages. Um, it a lot of times I know in my youth, I was taught that those things were evil, right? That they were wicked, that they were, like the devil speaking to me. Um, so this may be someone who has those inner gifts, who has discovered those inner gifts, and maybe they have been rejected by those that you were accustomed to being around. And you may find yourself being guided out of those communities and and seeking a community of like minded individuals, those who do see that promise within you, those that do see the purity and the innocence of that communication that you bring in from the divine. And a lot of times when we seek out these like minded communities, we have this initial perception that these communities will have the same gifts, right? That they will do the same things or understand the same things that we do. But that is what is kind of like the lie, right? It's like a little white lie because each and every single one of us is so unique. Every one of our stories into that mountain is unique to who we are. And so the rose and the ring that we bring forward is going to be unique too. Each one having its place in the whole, right? Each one serving the greater good. So it may be someone who is looking and saying, well, this doesn't look like what I have. The rose and the ring, they're two different things. But also, if you notice in this image, the hand grasping for the ring, appears to be a more mature hand, right? So it's someone who has grown in maturity in their gifts. I feel like this is someone who has overcome the obstacles presented by rejection, the experience of being rejected or abandoned or feeling left out, right? Feeling different from everyone else. It's like someone who is finally maturing, coming into that maturity and realizing that their differences are just as beautiful as everybody else's difference. And it takes time. It's taken a lot of time. It says slow and steady wins the race, right? It's like spirit coming in saying, not to rush it. These gifts are not to be rushed, they're to be enjoyed. Every step into that mountain, every step. If you notice here, he starts out almost at the top and finds himself here as the orphan, right? This is deep within the mountain. This image does not really give us any kind of direction, right? It doesn't show whether it's up, down, left, right. It just says that we are in this space of feeling left out, of not belonging, of seeking that value within us, of striving and grasping for that which holds value. And when we mature and we finally come into this village, we find that we've traveled from the top of the mountain to well below the mountain, right? That's a long, arduous journey to go within, to dig those tunnels, right? And explore all the way from the top to the bottom. This is like somebody bringing something from heaven into earth. It's like light coming in from above and being grounded in to the below, being brought into this earthly manifestation. And because we are doing that, when we bring things into the 3D, this is where time is attached to everything. In this realm, time is attached to everything. And so it takes time to mature. It takes time to reach in and grab that promise, to show that commitment and that dedication, for that perseverance to become a wisdom. So this may be someone who has discovered a deep inner wisdom as well. You may be offering clarity through your psychic gifts, right? Through your clairs. And Spirit is wanting you to know that you are protected. They want you to continue being curious, continue seeking, continue reaching out. I'm being given this message, and it's showing me, they said the prophets of old, and they're showing me a figure standing on a hill by themselves, and there's like the crowd below, but it's the image on the hill. It's like oftentimes those prophets were alone, right? They had to have the courage to climb up the hill, to bring the message, to shout the message out. We didn't have megaphones and microphones and things like that back then. So they had to speak quite loudly. It's like allowing your voice to be heard, allowing the messages that are being brought forth from within you to be heard, to be expressed, to know that you are protected. This is also bringing in like that violet flame. I feel like whatever message it is, whatever spirit has put in your heart to bring forward is transformative. That it will bring clarity, that it will bring a deep understanding. And that may be part of the hesitation, possibly, is knowing that what you have to bring forward can change things. And what will that change look like, right? Let's see. Okay. And we have Kyriel, beloved angel of the choir, magic, intuition, wisdom, soothing sounds, ocean tides, going places feared and untread. I show you how to overcome fears through self-confidence and following the wisdom found within your heart. This is Ocean Jasper, any day, dive deep. Again, another card of intuition. That's another card of intuition there. Going places feared and untread. I feel like, you know, going within is not something everyone does, right? That's part of what we see, around us by those who reject us. It's like we become their focus. Those who like to blame everything, right? They like to place blame on the people, places, and things around them because they are afraid of going within the mountain. It is dark, it is treacherous, it is a place that is feared and untread for many. And it's like spirit is wanting you to know, have confidence in your abilities, right? You have already been in places that are feared and untread by many. And what you have to bring forward is not only magical, but it is transformative. It is deep. It can bring this inner um transformation for those who hear what your heart has to bring forward, right? For those who are open to receive, they will receive. And for those who are not open to receive, it is okay. It's like part of the lesson in this is overcoming those fears of being rejected, and spirit saying this is a different age and a different day, to no longer fear the rejection of the many, right? Because there are many, there is a collective who is seeking that same community, that is seeking that same belonging, that is still seeking the voice within them, right? The bottom of the deck, we have Danae, protector of infants and children, youthful birth of a child, contagious joy, zest for life, lightness of being, wonder. When you feel weighed down by life or heavy emotions, I will help you connect to the wonder and joy of living. Desert Row, a matter of weeks, and yes. So if you have a question on your mind, the spirit is saying the answer is yes. Go for it, right? take that chance. Just know that it does take time, right? But your village is there. Also, to keep that curiosity, I think I mentioned that earlier. It's like maintaining that childlike wonder, allowing that inner child to become playful, to become joyous, to see this as an adventure, right? That this is a new way of being, it is a new way of expressing yourself, to see that with wonder and awe, to continue to be curious. It's like someone who is breaking forward and creating a new path, right? Let me see. Oh, this just flipped over off the top of one of my cards and off the top of one of my decks here. As I was putting that away, the golden path. It's direction toward the divine soul's calling, a higher purpose. Follow your intuition. Again, another card of intuition. This is someone who I feel is finally reached that gem, that gold, that purity, that innocence, has found that voice of the divine within them, who has discovered those dreams, right? Who has discovered those gifts of clairvoyance and clairsentience and clairgustiance and clairalience. And you know, it's like, see that as, it's, they're saying show and tell. Okay, now I don't know if everybody here is going to be familiar with show and tell. For me, show and tell, when I was younger and in school, we had certain days of the week where every child was allowed to bring something in from their home and show it to the class and tell the story about it and maybe pass it around and let everybody see. So it's like giving me that, it's like, be excited. You know, that was an exciting day for us as kids, that it was like, oh yeah, I can bring my pet turtle, or I can bring my new book, or my new cassette tape, or a new toy, or you know, pictures of a new sibling. I mean, everybody's, you know, item was a little bit different, but it drew excitement, right? Everyone looked forward to the day for show and tell. It was just fun. And it's like spirit is saying, see yourself as that person, right? That you have discovered this. Be joyous, be excited. Um, let that inner child come forward and bring play and wonder and awe and adventure into it. It's like celebrating each person's gifts um, individually and recognizing how they serve the whole. Yeah, yeah. That's, let's see if we have a final message. Um, let me see. We'll get some affirmations for this reading. Affirmations. Woo, that one. Yeah. There's a higher purpose. The universe supports me as I discover my true calling and rise into my higher purpose. Your gifts, whatever this is that you have discovered within you, it is leading you down that divine path. There is a higher purpose for this. It's like they're just coming in with a lot of encouragement. They're asking you to be confident, right? To recognize that there is a higher purpose to this experience. Empowered, I command my energy with grace and authority, creating the reality I desire. And right place, I am always in the right place at the right time, ready to receive what is meant for me. And there will also be others around you who are in that right place at the right time, who will celebrate those colors. It's almost like a community that is coming together, right? It may have taken time for that community to come together. It may take time for it to develop. This may be someone who is creating a community, right? And they're saying all of the hard work has already been done. That hard work started the moment you went within. Instead of rushing to get to the top, instead of trying to be the one at the top of the mountain that everybody sees, you took that journey within. You went in and discovered those places that had been abandoned and rejected. You went deeper with it and you found the gold, you found the promise, you made the commitment. That is the hardest part of the journey. And it's like now you're standing on the threshold with all of these newfound gifts, right? Maybe I don't want to say newfound because I do feel like, well, they are gifts that have always been there, right? But it's like you have found a higher purpose for these gifts. Instead of keeping them hidden and buried deep beneath the mountain, you have finally found a purpose for these gifts. And you are choosing that divine path. You are on that divine path. And they're wanting you to remain empowered because those gifts and the way that you present them will bring empowerment to others, right? And to trust and have faith that when that voice wants to speak through you, when that gift is like, I, what is that? It's like urging you, right? But it's like wanting to come out. Like I feel this urge, right? That give an example. So there are times, I think, for all of us where we feel led to say something or to show something or to bring something forward. And we kind of hesitate and wonder, oh, you know, nobody liked it before. Everybody else rejected it before. Should I kind of stand here and keep my mouth closed? Maybe wait for a more private moment. Like we start to doubt and second guess and wonder if it's really the right time or the right place to say these things or to bring these things forward. And Spirit's reminding you that these are not the days of yesteryear, right? They are this is here, this is now. You are in the right place. Yes, allow that voice to flow. And it's funny because we have this angel here, this golden path, and then here below it, we have empowered. It's like the angels are pouring out this life force energy, right? To empower you, that is going to strengthen you. Look at how she lights up all around, like all the colors of the rainbow here, right? As she receives that divine inheritance I'm hearing. It's like that divine message, those divine codes, right? This may be someone also who is, it's got like a shamanic energy to it, right? But reaching into those higher realms, those higher dimensions, drawing down that divine wisdom, understanding, that gnosis, bringing it down into this earthly realm. And look at how it illuminates her. They're asking you to stand in that empowerment, to trust that you are in the right place at the right time, to recognize the beauty and the wonder of being in this place, to not fear your voice, to not fear that rejection and that abandonment. You have already overcome those obstacles. That's beautiful. Let's see if there's another one here. It just fell in my lap. The ideal reality. I am manifesting the most beautiful version of my reality by embodying the energy of my desired state now. Yes, yes. You are bringing that higher purpose into this earthly realm. You are embodying that higher state of being now. And that in itself brings protection, right? It's like, I feel like it's not even a concern. It's like this untouchable energy. It's like letting the haters hate, right? I hear that song, and I'm not up on on artists and all. I forget who sang this song. I only heard it a few times, but it's like the haters are gonna hate, 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 like something like that. So it's like letting the haters hate. You know who you are. Stand in that empowerment, stand in that purpose, bring that into this reality, because it is transformative. And who knows, you may even transform a few haters with the gnosis that you bring. And this is abundant attraction. There are no limits except those you impose. The quantum field holds infinite potential. What will you choose to create? What will you choose to create? Let's look at the bottom of the deck here. Huh. Conscious creator. Be clear about the life you desire. Write it down. Visualize it and feel as though it is already here. The universe responds to precise, unwavering intention. So, for those who are still trying to visualize what it is they want to bring down, what they want that to look like in this 3D experience, right? Recognizing that there are no limitations, that the only limitations that we have are the fears that we continue to hang on to. And in this case, that would be that fear of rejection, that fear of abandonment, right? So allowing yourself to step out authentically, to declare to the universe what it is that you want that to look like. Do you want it to be a community? How what does that community look like? Where is that community? Is it an online community? Is it a community closer to home? Know that you are on that golden path. You are receiving those divine codes, that divine blueprint, divine guidance, that inner knowing. Allow those gifts to shine. It's like unfold your tail feathers. Know you are in the right place. Have confidence in that. Do not waver from that. Do not let the doubt stop you, right? You are protected. That youthfulness, that childlike spirit, it's contagious. It's a zest for life. It's bringing that into this 3D reality, and that brings protection with it. And it brings abundance. As I activate the flow of abundance, I release the energy of scarcity and embrace the expansive frequency of overflow and generosity. So it's like activating that flow of abundance within you as you release this energy of not having enough, of not being enough. Am I worthy enough? Are my skills, are my gifts good enough? You know, the divine is saying, be confident. Yes, you are everything you need to be. You have taken the path that many fear to tread. It's like you have paved your own path, and now the divine, the angels are coming in, the ancestors are coming in and saying, show this new way, right? Speak this new way. Don't be afraid, right? You've already been in the darkest places. Mm, let's see. Get one more card. I'm going to pull from the middle of the deck on our spirit animal. Embrace the in between. So, yeah, this is someone who's getting ready to make that move, right? To step into their true, authentic power. And it's like you may have left one group, you may have left one community, one family, and now it's like seeking that family of like minded, like hearted individuals. And it's that transition time where we are stating our intentions clearly, where we are deciding that, you know what, this is what I want it to look like, sound like, feel like. This is the place I want to be. And spirit saying, embrace this time. I feel like it's like embrace this time because it will get busy. It's almost like you've done all of the work, all of the preparation has been there. Everything you've needed to discover has been discovered. Your commitment, your perseverance, your faith um, is paying off. Let's read that number 26. Oh, turn to number 25. Learn from the past. So, all right, flamingo spirit. Embrace the in between. Balance comes easily to flamingo spirit, who sees what was and what will be and stands strong in the face of uncertainty. You can be informed by what came before and plan for a future yet to be, but do not resist flamingo spirit's call to be fully present in the now, where the real magic happens. With one foot in the life you are moving away from, and one in the future as you become the one who leads the life of your highest intentions, you must make peace with the fact that you are not fully in either place. Embrace the in between. The presence of flamingo spirit is also a sign that your creativity is arising within you and opportunities are beginning to present themselves. Remain here in a balanced state of mind, for there is much to know and learn before going forward with new plans. You can trust this moment and find yourself as you take in what you see and become aware of all that you are experiencing in this in between time. The protection message says if you're feeling nervous and wobbly, stop worrying about the past and the future. Instead, be present in the moment, balancing, for now is the space in which creativity arises. Creativity is your birthright. But if you're moving too quickly in an attempt to avoid the discomfort of transition, you can blind yourself to the miraculous possibilities that are before you now and those just coming into being. The past has its lessons and planning has its merits, but right now you may be imbalanced because you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was or too anxious about what the future might hold. There is time to plan carefully. For now, be still and know that Spirit is here co creating with you in this moment. The next step will appear when it needs to appear. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance so any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that all will be as it will for the highest good. You absolutely have everything you need. Be confident in that. This is a time to be clear about the life you desire. Write it down, visualize it, feel it as though it is already here. The universe responds to precise, unwavering intention. Enjoy this space. It's like seeing, I feel like this is someone who sees the potential, who sees like that future possibility, right? The endless potential. And there is an excitement, there is an admiration, there's like this drive to get going. And I feel like this is a time, that in between time, it's like I get this feeling like enjoy the peace now. Enjoy this place. Rest, relax, you know, just bring in that childlike wonder and awe for where you are. Be clear with those intentions because I feel it's about to get busy. It's like this is vacation time, right? You've done all of the hard work. Take that step back. Stillness, it's it brings in peace. And sometimes we become the person that is always so busy, and we were busy for so long that when that stillness comes in, it feels very uncomfortable, right? But it's like that's where we draw in that peace from within, that peace from those higher realms of love and gratitude and joy for what is and where we are, for the discoveries that have been made, right? Because your day is here. It is also here, past, present, future. It is here right now. So it's like letting go of the chaos, right? Letting go of others' opinions and beliefs about where you are or where you are going or what you should do, and allow yourself to enjoy the fact that you found that treasure. Enjoy that you are now prepared to travel this road, right? To bring in that higher purpose, to bring it into this 3D reality where things can be seen, felt, heard, tasted, touched, that sort of thing. To know that everything that you have is everything that you need, right? You're not lacking in anything. Don't be afraid to let those tail feathers unfold, right? Shake those tail feathers, have fun in the sun, because that golden path is going to appear. And when it does, I have a feeling it's going to get busy. So enjoy your time of peace and relaxation, and know that you're not lacking anything. You're right on time. You're in the right place. Absolutely. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I will now return your energy to you, pure and whole, as I receive my energy back, pure and whole. So only love remains, and peace.